Hi guys, so I got a quick message and I'm gonna finish my workout, but I have to say this. I always say a lot on here, common sense is not so common. Now, if you are somebody that really knows about spirituality, even if you don't know, if you are practicing anything, it is common sense to research it. Now, let's take this back to the beginning. Spiritual attacks only are fully successful on people that are unawakened. Now, just because somebody didn't ever disclose to you or anybody else that they are awakened, that does not mean that they aren't. Just because you make up in your own misconstrued mind that somebody is lying about what they're saying because you want it to be a lie, because you are being exposed for the low down, mischievous, I'm hearing brokey person that you are, because nothing that you have was honestly made or given. And you know that you being so greedy and so selfish and so arrogant and so living in a fairy tale that you are bringing down not only you, but a whole gang of corrupt people with you. I know you're shaking in your boots, drinking all that beer. You gotta remember, give yourself a little bit of credit. If you think that you are so intelligent and smart, you have to know that somebody that is of your blood has a little bit of that wits. Now, whether they use it for the good or whether they use it for the bad, that's a personal prerogative. However, if you think that you have all the brains, why wouldn't you think a product of you and a generation behind you don't have that plus a little bit more? You wouldn't try to oppress them and keep them unawake and make sure that their life was a living HELL at every beck and call and turn in order to keep them silent about the things that you do and started to do to them as a child. See, that's where things go wrong at, because if you believe in the dark, you have to believe in God. If you believe in deities and all that weird stuff, then you gotta believe there's a God. God gave you your rope, and you did exactly what he thought you would do. You, your wife, and your daughter that sleeps with her sister's man. See, money can buy a lot of people and things. That's people that's willing to sell their morals, integrity, just for surface-based pleasure and value. But you gotta remember, it's probably about 5% of people on this earth that stand 10 toes down for integrity, their morals, what's right, and they truly have the faith of God in them, that they are not scared to stand up for what is right. Because when you have true faith, then you know, no matter what anybody got, how much money they got, what they try to do against you, that it is rebuked in the name of Jesus and you're covered by the blood of Jesus. So none of it will ever work. You have to remember, you only won when you were going against people that were asleep and had no idea or believed in spiritual warfare. Like I said, give yourself a little bit of credit. You think you got it all? And the one you're attacking, unfortunately, is of the blood of you. But also, you gotta remember, thanks to you and your greed and your immediate family, maybe that energy understands that true family has nothing to do with title or category. Confirmation. So, energy wasted. And you know, all that energy is coming right back to you. If you can't tell, look at the people around you. Especially your little favorite that you sent out here to sleep with her sister's boyfriend and Miriam. I mean, the grandkids are blood cousins and half siblings. And you think that the one that you threw away is the crazy one. No, I think it's y'all. And sometimes you got to look at it like it's a blessing. And this for anybody that's been in a position where your family tried to make you feel like you weren't enough, you weren't good enough. They tried to, they use their money to make everybody think that you are crazy, or they are just, like, literally, you are the black sheep. You know why they cast you out as a black sheep, right? Because in reality, you're the goat. They try to put that wool on you so you look like a sheep, because they know that you are the goat. And that's not arrogance. That's honesty. There's a grandpa ancestor here. He's ashamed, disappointed, but he saw the greed in your eyes. However, the saddest part is, you tried to say the kid or the niece is an aunt and an uncle and their child, or it's a mother and a father and their child. It might be more than one couple that has done this, but I know it's at least one. In Georgia, it's significant. But you tried to make everybody think that this one that you threw away was crazy because she was the one that inherited it all. Simply because the grandpa wanted it taken care of. He didn't want it to be sold. He wanted it to be taken care of. Or the grandma. It's one or the other. When all y'all saw was money signs. So you spent your whole life and put all these people into this scam to the point that you sent her sister to marry her partner. And kids are half sisters and cousins by blood. And y'all say that she is the crazy one. Now you take a second and you sit that confirmation and you reflect on that. You, either it's your wife and your daughter, which y'all did to the cousin, or it's your wife and your daughter, which y'all did to the kid you threw away. You sit back and reflect on that. Who has the problem? You or the one that just grew up poor? You're against her because she grew up poor at the hands of you. However, you get your own child. Oh, this is for somebody. So, just know that she knows. So you can stop wasting your energy. And she called judgment on you already. The only one that's still living in illusion is you. And your crazy daughter. And your wife. Take it how it resonates. And shoot, wake up. It's over. Judgment is called. And God, He approved. And as I always say, remember to pray. Oh yeah. And He said, keep that same energy up. Your ancestors, your grandpa, your mom, might be your mom, or your dad, said, keep that same energy up. Keep that. And even through all of the laughing and all the embarrassment that they feel, they forgive you. The kid that you deliberately went out your way to make sure she lived a confirmation, a life that you couldn't even stand a day in, that child forgives you too. It's not for them to judge you. Judgment is for God. And just take a walk down memory lane and reminisce on all the opportunities you had to do right and that you didn't. Reminisce on all the chances that you had to be honest, but instead you tried to put your foot on her neck harder. You tried to make the grip tighter. You tried to make it more miserable, more, woo. The anguish I feel off of that energy is crazy. And to think that was your own child or niece. Take it how it resonates. However, like, they forgive you. It is what it is. It's life. It happens. People do stuff. Now, forgiving you does not mean that they want you in their life. No. What, do you blame her? I wouldn't. Can't even trust you. Look what you do for money. What? No. A restraining order, to me, is very appropriate. However, you are forgiven. She don't hold no resentment towards you, nor are your parents. They just prefer to let God, the courts, and the judgment be handled by the appropriate people. Mainly God first. But you know how it goes on the 3D. But anyway, just want you to know that she's awakened. Your parents been here. It's your mom and your dad, mainly the dad, the grandpa. They're here. They've been watching. They see. They know. The kid, she knows. Fully aware. Yeah. Fully awakened. All about the warfare. You're trying to get her to off herself. The people you like, all this stuff. I'm not even going to get into details of it because you know how far you went. She can forgive you, the sister, everybody, but you know, obviously, if you don't blame them, who wants I prefer to make a whole new family of my own because, you know, that's just a title. Confirmation. Saying somebody is your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, or sister, cousin, no matter, like, those are just their titles. They don't give anybody a pass for the weird stuff. Yeah. And, yeah. And like I said in the other message, you can't use mental health as an excuse because of how elaborate this plan was orchestrated. It was so elaborate. And everybody that accepted the bribe and stuff is no free will, no free play without free will. They accepted it. So, you know, you're gonna have to eat that. I guess they can blame you or themselves. It's on them. However, it is what it is. Just know it's game over. Just stop wasting your energy. So you better spend your energy repenting and asking God for forgiveness instead of trying to continue to send out spiritual warfare and pay for people to go attack them and stuff. You're weird. You need to take the energy that you have left to pray. Confirmation. Pray for your soul's redemption because you done did the most on this earth. Like, ain't no redeeming that. The only thing you can do, and that's for all y'all, you, the mama, the daughter, or the aunt, uncle, cousin, whichever way it goes, y'all need to be praying for God's redemption of your soul, repenting, not paying practitioners to keep doing something that is not going to happen. It's done. Wake up. Step up out the illusions. You didn't cast so many illusions, you stuck in one. All three of y'all. I mean, then you enjoy the lavish life for how many years? What, 45, 50 years? However old you are. Something like that, you know? But anyway, I gotta finish working out. I just wanted you to know that everybody on the righteous side of this wants y'all to know that y'all are forgiven. You and everybody else that played a part in it. Y'all are forgiven. Y'all are just, you know, it's like whatever it is, what it is. However, building a relationship is a no-go. Yeah, that's weird. Letting it just be bygone, no, it's a no-go. Whatever that's meant to happen, confirmation, and whatever way it's meant to happen, it's just going to happen naturally. And this is predicted. I'm not even going to say predicted. This is what is going on right now because you can feel the energy of people still trying to attack this lady that they've been doing stuff to since she was a kid, and it's just weird. Like, this is a crazy story, and everybody's been picking up on it. Everybody in the spiritual confirmation already knows it. It's only but a matter of time before it hits the 3D, the TV, the news, and then not only will people respect messengers more because they've been saying it for so long, and it sounds so crazy because you would not think somebody would be so bogus and go so far for money or land that it's hard to believe, but it's true. that they also, it's going to bring honor to God's name, because if it weren't for God, then you probably would have got away with it. I mean, half your life, majority of your life you did. So if it weren't for God, then there wouldn't have been no justice, because you paid everybody. You paid the judge, you paid the lawyer, you paid cops. Like, it wouldn't have been no justice. So I just want people to mark this. Today is June the 7th, 2025, and the justice in this bogus case of probate, from insurance to adoption to goddamn the judicial system, the police, the judge, the connections, the oh, I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna get another message right. Confirmation that to everybody that was involved in this, all for property, money, and then your daughter went completely psycho because she fell in love with her sister's man, and yeah, she didn't even realize that he was a dog. Arf. And it looked better than what the relationship actually was. So yeah, she got out of control on you. She went ding dong crazy over her sister's ex that she married and had kids with, and made an awkward situation between the two siblings, cousins by blood. That is awkward. If you don't know that something's wrong, I don't know, all that for money, I would never, like, it sounds so bogus, but I know it's true. My ancestors, God, they don't lie. People lie. But God and the ancestors, they don't lie. That's for somebody. Like I said, yeah, I'm about to get up off here and finish my workout. But they just wanted y'all to know. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger, and then just stop the riffraff and start asking for salvation. I'm just trying to help you. You know, take it how you want. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, obviously. All these years, they ain't drink none. I doubt that you start drinking it now, 4 o'clock. But yeah, 999 as well. But yeah, you're forgiven by the people, but you're still going to face judgment. And as I always say, and everybody that accepted payment from you,